Good morning, good citizens of Kennedale. Josh Altoms here. I'm running for City Council Place 1. What a beautiful morning it is after all this much needed rain. I'm standing in my backyard. I don't have a cool baseball stadium like Chad does to make cool videos and all that good stuff. So I'm just going to sit back here and kind of give you a little heads up on what's going on. I think this video will probably reach more folks than the forum would anyway. So I'll just kind of give you a little rundown on what's going on. So my family and I, we just got back from a 7-day cruise about 2 days ago, hence the golden, beautiful tan I've got. But during the forum, I was sitting there and I got really overheated. I started having hot flashes. I felt real sick to my stomach, so I went to the restroom. Did nerves have a play in it or a role in it? Yeah, they might have. I mean, everybody's human. I'm human. Who wouldn't be nervous about getting up there and talking? But ever since we got back, me and my wife, we've had body aches, nausea, headaches, upset stomach. Just haven't been really feeling too well. Today I feel really good. I feel like I'm kind of on the down slope of that. So with that being said, I'm going to try to make this real quick, and what I'll do is I'll try to answer all the questions that the guys did at the forum. And also I really want to thank the guys at the forum for showing up. They did an outstanding job, and I apologize to the chamber. I really wish I could have been up there, and thank all you guys for putting that together. But I really do feel like I owe the citizens of Kennedale this video, and just kind of answer the questions that everybody might have. So here we go. So one of the first questions was just kind of introduce yourself. For those out there that don't know me, my name's Josh. I got married. I've got 2 kids. They both go to KISD, so I've got a lot of interest in the school district. We moved here because of the school district. We love the school district. Every chance I get, I try to help out the school district any way I can. I'm a Delaney dad. Right now I'm building props for a mommy-son Nerf war thing they got going on here next week. But I've been a firefighter paramedic here in the Metroplex for quite some time. I've been a civil servant for 18 years now. So as far as city employees go, I know what employees need. I know how they need to be treated. I know how they need to be respected. Our firefighters here in town, of course, I have a heavy heart for them, but it's bad up there, guys. The morale's bad. They're not getting compensated the way they should be. The step plan got approved, and they haven't honored that step plan nor the raises. So that's kind of one of the things I'm going to be fighting for, is for our firefighters here in Kennedale. After moving here within a year, I became the president of our HOA. I didn't like the way things were happening here in our neighborhood, so I stepped up. I became the president. I do a lot of things here in the neighborhood that the city council does. For example, I have a budget that I follow by. We create the budget. I have a board of 5 members. We have projects in the neighborhood going on. For instance, I replaced and installed, with the help of 2 other people, 22 stop signs, antique stop signs. They look beautiful, made our neighborhood look a lot better. Right now I've got a road project or a drainage project going on with Lee Engineering, and so I'm kind of dealing with that right now, trying to get that worked out. That's a big project. But as I mentioned before, I've been the HOA president here for about 8 years. One of the reasons I decided to run for city council was because I'm just so tired of the arguing and the bickering back and forth, and it just needs to stop. This city is going nowhere. We're at a standstill. We're actually going backwards, and it just doesn't need to be that way. Our taxes are high. We need to get those taxes down. You look up on Sublet Road, you have all this construction, and you come right through all this brand new construction. You come down a 2-lane road, you're in Kennedale. It shouldn't be that way, guys. We need to grow. We need to get these taxes down, get some businesses in here, get some homes. The other thing that kind of did it for me, which really made me run, was I guess about 3 city council meetings ago. The city council meeting lasted till a little over midnight, and man, I had it, man. I'm so tired of this bickering and fighting. We need to all get along. We need to move the city forward and make Kennedale great. You know, my kids are going to grow up here. We have a lot invested in here. We need to keep our home values up, and you know, the only way to do that is just to grow and move forward. So that's a little bit about me, and I'll go ahead and get on to the next question there. All right, the first question is about first responders. How ironic is it that the first question is about first responders? As I mentioned before, our first responders are struggling. Our fire department in particular is a revolving door. They can't keep guys longer than a couple months because the pay is so competitive that it's so easy just to go to Fort Worth or Arlington and make more money. So we need to do something to keep those guys here. A salary study was done last year and it was unanimously approved. Within that salary or that raise also was a step plan. If you're not familiar with the step plan, what it is, it gives you pay steps between ranks. So it gives that firefighter something to look forward to move on up until he makes that rank from, say, driver to lieutenant, and then from lieutenant to captain, and so on. The guys here at our department, they're mandatory overtime. They're not able to see their families for a couple days. Got an airplane coming over, and man, it's bad. It's hard on them, and we need to stop that. And I think a good way to stop that is to cut out that overtime budget. And the way to do that is to implement. Let's see. My mind just went blank. Forgive me. I'm human. The minimum is to up the minimum staffing. I'm sorry. And what that'll do is that'll allow one extra person per shift and cut out that overtime. With that money you saved, you're going to be able to pay for those employees and save the department lots of money. What I'd like to see, before I go on rambling some more about firefighting, I could talk about them all day long because obviously I have a passion for them, but I would like to see parity between the two departments, between the police department and the fire department. So let's say a rookie policeman makes the same as a rookie firefighter. They all have steps to, say, a corporal makes the same as an engineer, and then a lieutenant to a lieutenant, captain to captain, chief to chief, etc. I guess I'll save you some time, and I won't go any more on the fire department, but you know, as I mentioned before, I've got a passion for it. I'm going to fight hard for them guys. Me being a fireman, I mean, that's all I can do. So, thank you. All right, next question is sharing services with other cities. I think it can be a good thing as long as we don't do too much. With the water contract, I think it's a pretty good deal. I think there's a couple things we need to look at as far as trying to get rid of that Fathom contract. That's going to be interesting. Also, I think we need to look at, when it's time to renew the Arlington contract, we need to look at close so we're not taken advantage of. I think it's good because now we have a really good department that's in charge of our infrastructure, and they have the equipment that we can't afford or that we don't have to take care of all those lines. In the fire service, we have mutual aid agreements with other cities. That's a good thing. Something right now that we're sharing with Arlington also is our baseball. Guys, I'm passionate about this. I tell you what, my son was in KYA a couple years ago, and we would travel to Everman or Crowley or any of them other cities, and their fields are phenomenal. We would host them guys over here at our fields, and it is embarrassing. I mean, it is so embarrassing. So we decided to move over to Arlington Southwest Little League. What a great program, and I can't say enough about this program. And this year, KYA moved over to Arlington Southwest too. So we're bringing all that money over to Arlington when we could be keeping that money. Our baseball itself, man, that's a huge money maker. Tournaments, you got so many people coming in town and just spending money all around town. And so I think one of the big things I'd like to do is I'd like to see about maybe getting us a sports complex. Something down there, you know, a good area down by where the racetracks are. That's a flood zone. There's a couple things we can do. EDC money can be spent on parks. EDC money could be spent on parks, sports complexes, all that good stuff. And so I think we need to utilize that. A bond could be an option. But with that said, you know, I'll go off on the racetracks real quick. I don't want to go into much detail because you know how that's a pretty touchy subject. But until it develops, do I want to see homes and all that good stuff go in down there? Absolutely. Who doesn't? Who doesn't want to see our city grow? But until a developer comes in and gets serious about that area, we just need to leave them guys alone. We need to use that money elsewhere and fix the problems up here within the city, not down there. And so I know I went off rambling. I apologize about that. And I'll go to the next question. Taxes. We all know taxes are high. We got the highest taxes in the DFW area. It's that way for a reason. We have nothing to reduce them. It's crazy when the highest business revenue stream is from QT, a gas station. That's crazy. Kennedale is unique, and we need to bring that uniqueness here to Kennedale. Everyone leaves Kennedale to go shop and eat. We need that money to be spent here. I think very cool, unique businesses, one-off restaurants like in Mansfield, like the Melted Mushroom or the Twisted Root, stuff like that. Something really unique that will bring people in and spend money here is what we need. I think the Tipsy Turtle, man, that's a great one. It's unique, it's different, it brings people in. There's a local company out there and it's called Bunkston. What Bunkston does is they take all your demographics, and I've spoke with George about this, and he's actually used this service before, but they take your demographics and they are in touch with big companies like Walmart, 7-Eleven, Academy Sports, all that good stuff. And they compare your city with other cities of your size. And they reach out and they invite those companies to come in and look and see if they fit with you. So, you know, that's an option. But with that being said, I'm telling you guys, if we don't get relief soon, we need to get businesses and some more rooftops in here. Because if we don't, you're going to continue to see those taxes increase. And you know as well as I do, we do not want that. Zoning and code changes. I believe we're on the right path with this one. I don't think there really needs to be much change. Of course, zoning can change when, you know, different things happen within the city and demographics change. But back in 2012, the city did a survey. And they asked people to come up to the library and give their input on the master plan and rewriting the UDC and implementing it and all that good stuff. So, you know, I went up there, I went to the library, and there was nobody there. I thought it was quite odd. And so what they did is they sat back, they restructured it, and they invited all the high school kids. And then they invited some of the kids from the college. And then we went back up there again. And this time when I went up there, it was so vibrant. And so many kids were excited. They were drawing on maps, looking at plats, giving ideas, doing this, doing that. And so with that, they are the ones that created this master plan. They're the ones that implemented this UDC and helped with that. And so with that, I think we should honor that. And as far as the zoning and all that good stuff goes, like I said, I think we're on the right path. All right, the OM housing project. That's a big one, ain't it? Let me just say, it's still in the planning processes. This thing has a long way to go before it's implemented. Everyone knows my stance on this. At the beginning, I wasn't too fond of it. I went out and I visited one of the gentleman's projects, and I was pretty impressed. A couple of things that I like about the project is the money that will be brought in. You know, this is a $40–50 million project. $250,000 in taxes will be going to a school district every year. When he comes in and does this, he's going to have to work with TxDOT. I know a lot of people are concerned about the intersections. There's traffic already. All that has to be reworked. He's going to have to redo infrastructure, roadways, traffic signs, water lines. You know, I think there is a couple concerns with, for instance, we don't have a fire marshal, and I think we're going to really need to hire somebody outside if that project ever does come, and really keep an eye with that as far as code enforcement. You know, code enforcement's hurting right now, and but altogether, I think it'd be a good project. You know, there's 17,000 cars that go down Kennedale Parkway a day. We need them to stop, and I think those business fronts right there, along with all those citizens that live there, will help that downtown boom. And you know, it's much needed down there. The downtown area, yeah, it wasn't the greatest plan, but it's there. It's what we got, and we got to work with it. I'm glad the businesses that are there have stayed there as long as they have, like Dickey's and Chicken Express and all that. But just imagine, you know, you have a couple thousand people living there that walk across the street and just shop, spend money here in town. I mean, we need that money coming in. And so that, I mean, that's kind of my feel on the LM housing. Last is my vision. I want to help out our youth. I want to help out our first responders. I want to get new revenue coming in to help lower these god-awful taxes. I want to work more with the schools. We need to have parades. We need to get that cougar logo on those water towers. We need to promote the city of Kennedale more and show folks this is the place to live. Look, I'm just a citizen raising a family just like you. I want to see Kennedale prosper and grow. I believe with controlled growth and citizen involvement, we can do that. I know these videos are probably pretty comical. You know, we'll all get a laugh out of it. But I want to thank you for the time watching these videos. And last, no matter who you vote for, it's your right to go vote. So get out there and vote. Thank you, and God bless you.